Hello, and welcome to Recipes with Ben. On my most recent trip to the farm stand, they had some lovely Fresno Chiles that were in peak season, so I picked up a pint and wanted to use them to make some hot sauce. So to start, I'll add enough oil to cover the bottom of a small saucepan. And to that, I will add up some sliced garlic. For this recipe, I'm using 6 cloves of garlic that I chopped up beforehand. I'll spread them out over the pan evenly and allow them to cook in the oil until they just start to turn brown, which will add a roasted garlic characteristic. And some of the more raw garlic flavor will be cooked out. So that each side is cooked evenly and does not burn, I'll use tongs to continue to flip the garlic back and forth and do this for about 3 minutes or until they turn golden brown. Then I'll scoop them out and place them in a bowl and set that aside as I work on the chilies. If you add the chilies directly to the pan, it will cause the oil to splatter, which can cause burning or even fires. So don't do that. So do what I did instead. So use a new cool pan and use the oil that was infused from the garlic and add that to the cold pan. You want to add just enough to coat the bottom and then place the chilies in the pan and then turn on the heat. The length of time you cook is completely up to you, but I found about 2 minutes on each side was just about right to add an extra depth of flavor. Then I place them in the blender cup using tongs to transfer them because they were hot, and add oil from the pan will help emulsify the sauce in the end. Next, I added all the pan roasted garlic to the peppers, and to help balance out the sauce, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of sugar and 1 tablespoon of salt to 100 ml of warm water. Then stirring the solution helps solubilize the sugar and salt so it can better incorporate into the sauce in the end. You can heat up the water to just about a boil to help increase the solubility of the salts, but I just use the hottest water from the tap and it seemed to work fine. The base of a lot of hot sauces is vinegar, so that's what I'm using. But I'm using white modena vinegar that I got from Trader Joe's, which is very similar to balsamic vinegar. So you could use that instead if you want, or just use plain white distilled vinegar if that's what you also have. I'm going to add 1/3 cup of vinegar to this sauce. And I had reserved the oil from cooking the garlic before, so now I'm going to use 3 tablespoons of that oil. Feel free to add more or less to help change the consistency of the sauce. Then after giving it one more final mix, I add the sugar and salt solution to the peppers. Then I screwed the bottom onto the blender cup, placed it on top of the magic bullet. I pulsed it down for about 15 seconds until everything became smooth. You can also use a blender if you have that instead. Given this a taste, the pepper flavor is very strong and has a lovely heat. It doesn't linger too long, but it's quite intense. But as you can see right now, it's very chunky from the skins and seeds that are still present in the sauce. So if you want a super smooth hot sauce, place a metal strainer over a bowl or jar and slowly pour the sauce over the sieve. You can use a spoon to aid in separation by swirling around the sieve so the liquid can drain through. This will give you a thinner sauce, but more concentrated in flavor. But for me personally, I really do like the solids as it adds an extra texture to it. So I'll just pour everything into a jar and seal it up and use that. After making the sauce, I'll keep it in my fridge between uses, and my favorite use for this sauce is to add a little kick of heat to my breakfast burritos that I have every morning. So with all that said, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what your favorite pepper is to make hot sauce. Please subscribe so you don't miss the next video, and I'll see you again soon.